Hi Scorpio, this is your astrological prognosis with Lada for the year 2012. And again, always first check what your ascendant sign is and listen first for the prognosis of your ascendant sign, because that will be one of the most relevant ones. And then find out what your moon sign is and mark down the degree and the sign of the moon and the ascendant as well. And listen when I mention the exact degrees of your moon and your ascendant, because the prognosis will be especially relevant for you as well. And also listen for the prognosis of your sun sign. And of course, you know your sun sign. It means that if you're born in October or November, you will be Scorpio, and we're talking about you, Scorpio. But this is also very relevant for everyone who has their ascendant in Scorpio, their moon in Scorpio, especially the ascendant in Scorpio, you know. And if you don't know your ascendant on your moon sign, you can go to my website astrolada.com. There is a moon sign calculator and ascendant sign calculator. Enter your time of birth correctly. Say you're born 5 o'clock in the afternoon, enter it like 17 o'clock, you know, and see the sign and its exact degree. And, sorry, that's from the previous reading. What is happening in the year 2012 for you, Scorpio? Well, our destinies are being weaved by two planets and their movement in relevance to the sign that we are. So we have three important signs, the ascendant, moon, and sun. And if any of your three important signs happens to be in Scorpio, this is how the two important planets that are shaping our destinies will be moving in relevance to the sign of Scorpio. So basically where Jupiter is, it always expands that area, and it brings ease and it brings growth, and things come to us without much effort, through opportunities. And Jupiter has been in your 7th house. You see, Jupiter since 2011, but just in the first 10 degrees here. You know, each sign has 30 degrees, and Jupiter from 2011, from the sum of 2011, has been in the first 10 degrees here. But Jupiter will pass all the degrees into the 7th house till June 2012. So for 6 more months, you will have Jupiter in your 7th house of relationship. So a lot of you till June might meet someone new, especially if your moon or ascendant is in Scorpio. So Jupiter will bring expansion in your relationship, expansion in the people that you surround yourself with, expansion in it's most usually intimate relationships, like partner, like boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, serious relationship, where Jupiter can bring also some foreigner into your life, because Jupiter rules foreign people, you know, people that somehow expand your mind, that makes you see the bigger picture. And people that come into your life right now are beneficial for you, because Jupiter is a good planet. So you can learn a lot from them. They can be a good advice. They can direct you properly to life. They can be somehow beneficial to you. And but again, for those of you who are single, you have till June a big chance to meet someone. And Jupiter comes into a 7th house from Scorpio once in 12 years. So it's a rare opportunity. I hope you don't miss it. I hope God has it in for you to meet someone if you're single. If you're not single, if you're in a relationship that is actually been festering badly and you're unhappy more and more, Jupiter will release you from that unhappy relationship. And it will make you feel happy. Where Jupiter passes, it makes us happy. So basically, if we're in an unhappy relationship, it will either get better till June we have, or we'll be released from it, so we don't have to suffer anymore from it. 7th house is also the house of having trading, of having your own business. If you have your own personal business where you have to trade, or where you're a consultant, one-to-one communication, Jupiter is helping you till June. They're expanding maybe your practice, or anything to do with commerce and trade, you know, helping you with your own business, where you have to exchange with another on one-to-one basis. That's why it's the house of business is the 7th house. So those of you who are businessmen, they will continue to thrive, or will be thriving till June 2012. But then Jupiter is moving from the second part of 2012 into your 8th house. And 8th house on the mundane level is the house of shared resources. So what can happen is that all of a sudden your partner, if you're married, can receive a better salary, his salary can be expanded, so you can receive more support from your partner, or your business partner can increase. You can get some loan for your business, maybe from a bank, other people's resources in banks. Maybe you can get a tax rebate. Maybe we can get an insurance settlement. You can get someone from outside, some money coming or some resources. And it's a good time to rely on other people for resources, From the second part, of 2012 to the summer of 2013, actually, so you can take a loan. You can rely more on your partner to some extent to help you financially and emotionally, as well, because 8th house, the underlying qualities is that we share resources, and they can be emotional resources, others giving you more of their time as well. And you being able to rely more on partners or close people in your life, or if you're a gold digger, you can find someone to help you out financially, Don't be afraid to ask. From the second part of the year, don't be afraid to ask others for help, because they will be there more readily available to give you their resources. And also, you might get something from the tax office, or, something interesting like that happening. And it's also 8th house is the house of fighting a big battle, and you can fight. 8th house is the house of the things that control us, and where Jupiter is there, we can overcome quite easily the battle with certain negative traits, like if you have smoking, or if something is controlling, like drinking or smoking, or a bad habit, like you having to count all the, when every step you're taking, you have to count. Some kind of weird, obsessive or controlling habit you have, you'll be able to overcome it much more easily when Jupiter is in the 8th house, because Jupiter, as I say, it gives ease in everything, so we can fight the battle with these controlling circumstances or overcome them with ease, But maybe it's not good sometimes, because if we overcome such problems too easily, then we might come back to them later, if the fight is not so difficult. But anyway, let's now see where is the restricting influence for you 2012. Well, basically for the past 2 years almost, here is the planet Saturn, is the one that restricts. It has been in your 12th house, and 12th house is the last sign from your sign, Scorpio. So there might have been a feeling of endings for a lot of you for the past 2 years, and it will continue to October. You have this feeling, like you're finishing a big phase in your life, because Saturn very soon from October will come into your sign, and it goes there once in 30 years, once in 29 years. It's very rare, so it always starts the beginning of a big new phase in your life, and now you're finishing one of these big phases of 29, 30 years. That's why there is a feeling of spring cleaning it. Until October, you might be doing this, cutting off, throwing out some old unnecessary things from your life. There is a lot of inner tension and turmoil quite often. People worry when this happens. They have an uneasy feeling in their stomach, like something has to be finished, or something has to be ended with. And it's sometimes a dark period when Saturn is there, but it's, it's a necessary process. But another important event that is happening is that Saturn from October will be coming into your first house here, into the sign of Scorpio. And when this happens, Saturn will stay there from October 2012 almost till the end of 2014. And for 2.5 years, Saturn will try and reshape, build the new foundations for your new life, build the beginning of a new life, because then it will start a new cycle, starting of a new cycle of 30 years. So you'll be from October 2012, you have probably one of the most important periods in your life for 20, 30 years ahead. But who will feel it this 2012? We're talking in particular of 2012. Those of you will feel it, those of you who have their ascendant or moon from 0 till 9 degrees in Scorpio. These are the people who will feel the new beginning starting from October, and they'll be asked to lay new foundations. And Saturn is always testing, so they will have to contract themselves somehow. Their resources, their own resources might be less. They would have to, buckle down and work harder than normal than they used to. Every time when someone is laying foundations or new beginning, they have a lot of effort to do, and it usually starts as a feeling of unhappiness, dissatisfaction with how things are right now, and you decide that you have to begin something new, and dissatisfaction with how things are, letting go of old things and starting to work on the new ones, but nothing will be given with ease to you. With ease, Saturn will require a lot of effort, contraction, and first it starts with doubt, being self-critical, being hard on yourself, and eventually it turns into hard work and effort once you have the plan figured out what exactly you want to do. But you will be required, for 2012 to do this and to reevaluate where you're headed in life. Are you happy with your path in life, especially if your ascendant is there, Are you happy with where you're headed? Are you happy to be an accountant in a bank for another 10, 15 years? Or you might compare yourself to your friends and see, oh, look how happy they are. They have their own business. They work very hard, but at least they're happy what they do. I want to do the same. So if you have your moon or ascendant there, very, very, very big chance that you'll be starting a brand new phase of your life from October onwards, And as every new beginning, every birth is hard.